gay argument is, why do conservatives act like our sin is worse than any other sin? Did none of you have premarital sex? None of your children have premarital sex? You don't have friends who have premarital sex? All of you are tithing every year? And no, of course not. So I think there is a little extra animosity directed toward gays, but then the conservatives would say, okay, fine, but we don't go to CPAC and have a group called, Republicans Against Tithing, or Republicans for Premarital Sex. And to that I'd say, yeah, but it's different being gay. You have all of culture telling gays you should be liberal. Just like all of culture used to tell women, if you don't support abortion, you must hate women. This is the left trying to co-opt gays. So for now, I would like gays to just be part of conservatives the way women are and blacks are without a special designation. We don't need the special designation for it. I would prefer that, but, there is something to being gay apart from the sodomy. That's what I want their new motto to be, by the way. Gays without the sodomy. But there is. And I both know gays who are chaste, and I don't want to diss them by saying, oh, forget about it, don't even try being chaste. I know chaste gays, and I honor them. I mean, God is saying to gays what he said to Abraham, give up something you love for me. That's a tough cross to bear, and I was GOProud's first speaker, and by the way, I talked them into dropping the gay marriage plank. Coulter gets results. She
said, I got GOProud to drop the gay marriage plank. Do you concur with that statement?
All I'll say is that we don't have a position on marriage, and I know Ann is happy that we don't.
Okay. Now, have you gotten to?
Right before I'm doing this call with you right now, I went on the Michelangelo Signorelli show, which is a gay lefty guy on Sirius. And it ended with him hanging up on me. Because they don't even want to hear it. I mean, you can't have a rational discussion with these folks because they are so blinded by rage and by anger that there are gay people out there who refuse to follow the issue with Don't Ask, Don't Tell. And I don't fault folks on the right for not being as plugged into this because they probably didn't follow the Don't Ask, Don't Tell odyssey as closely as obviously as our organization did. But we were incredibly critical of the process all along, and in fact had called for a completely and totally different approach and said we ought to have a BRAC-style commission to take a look at it and then vote up or down on it. And it actually said that the BRAC-style commission would have findings that would be for the next Congress to vote up or down on. But you want to know what? Sometimes you don't get to make decisions about when things happen, especially not when the Democrats are in charge. Mm-hmm. I mean, nobody in Nancy Pelosi's office or in the White House or in Reid's office was asking us about when we thought it'd be a good time to have a vote on this issue. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, yes, we made it clear from the beginning that we thought it was in the best interest of our military men and women to repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Mm-hmm. We weren't happy with the process. We weren't happy with the timing, but that was something that was beyond our control. Sure. And like I said, anybody who'd been paying attention closely to the issue had known that we had been very critical of the process from the very beginning. In fact, as is usual with these things, we were the only...
The concern is we've been down the road of an organization that's saying they're on our team, and it starts to become apparent that they aren't. So I know that you and I know that Bruce also feel similarly about the log cabin Republicans. My question is it understandable that people be a little suspicious?
Absolutely. Look, we all here know that we're carrying baggage, fairly or unfairly, from what log cabin has done. And if you look at their legislative agenda, you look at the issues that they've worked on, they're an organization that supports a big government agenda. It's why we exist. because they weren't representing gay conservatives. But we totally understand why people would be suspicious. And, we understand we need to do a better job of communicating to the conservative movement what we are working on and what our priorities are.
Well, in that vein, are you looking to talk to some social activist groups, some social conservatives like the Family Research Center, places like that?
Well, and look, we have had a lot of conversations with folks, so even social conservatives, before CPAC. They're trying to smooth things over. And I'll just be totally honest with you. There are some folks who, no amount of us telling them, here's what we stand for, here are the issues that we work on. For some of these folks, none of it will be enough. And, we're just going to have to, accept that and move on and spend our time focused on the people who are movable, who do understand that we are team players, who would rather have our fire trained on the real enemy here, which is the left, than have it trained on each other.
Now, what do you think your chances are that you will be back at CPAC next year?
I certainly hope that we can. I was talking to somebody, at the end of CPAC, and I said, look, we're a young organization. We've only been around for not even 2 years now, and it's the first time that there's been a real gay conservative organization. And you want to know what? You live and you learn. There's certain things that were done that if we had them do all over again, I'd have done differently. We all make mistakes, and we've said from the very beginning that we wish everybody could be there, and that's my hope next year. And I hope that we can do our part to make sure that everybody is there, because I believe that as we're looking ahead to 2012, we need all hands on deck to beat Barack Obama and to finish the job of removing Harry Reid as majority leader in the Senate.